Hi there, welcome back to another Christmas nail tutorial. So I'm going to be doing the very viral Let It Snow nails, and I'm going to be doing my take on them. So we're going to go ahead and just jump right into it. I already have my tips applied, and I'm going to start off by applying my base color. For this video, I will be using D&D's So Damn Fly, which I have not used in a while. But this is a peachy pink color that's from their sheer collection, and I like it. I feel like I just don't use it on this channel very often, so I'm going to start bringing it out more. So I'm going to go ahead and apply a very thin layer of this to each of the nails. Here's what one layer of polish is looking like at this point. I pretty much always apply 2 layers of a base color no matter what brand of polish I'm using. So I am going to go ahead and get started with my second layer of polish. Okay, let's look at this polish up close. I love what 2 layers looks like. It's so pretty and it's the perfect nude. I really do like the D&D sheer collection, and I have a few of them, and I'm thinking about just purchasing the entire line. That's how much I love them. But I'm gonna cure this for 60 seconds, and then once I'm done, I will be taking a buffing block and removing the shine from the nails. And I'm doing this because I am going to be drawing French tips on 4 of the fingers. And personally, I feel like when I buff my nails, my French tips just come out better. My brush glides a little bit easier, and I feel like it just makes my life less complex when I do this. Grabbing this white polish from Beetles, I'm going to begin drawing my French tips. I'm only going to put the French tips on 4 fingers today because I want to make sure I have 1 full nail for the Let It Snow design. And I'm actually going to be putting that on the ring finger. So basically every finger except for the ring finger is going to have a French tip. When drawing my French tips, I like to draw 2 lines, 1 on each side, all the way from the midpoint of the nail to the top of the nail. And then once I have that line, I just go back and forth until my smile line looks the way I want it to. I just find that this is the easiest way for me to do French tips. I think I've tried pretty much a lot of the hacks out there, but this is how I draw mine, and this is just the easiest way for me. I guess suggestion I can share with you when it comes to French tips is just practice all the hacks that are out there, and then pick one that works best for you, and then just kind of stick with it. Not saying that you can't change your method down the line, because you totally can, right? But I find that French tips just take so much practice, and they're not as easy as people think. Some people really have mastered it, and they just do them naturally, super fast, perfectly every single time. And then there's people like me who it really depends on the day. So now that I'm just sticking with this method, I've gotten a little bit faster, but we're not like completely perfect just yet, but I'll get there. Maybe not perfect, but I'll get better each time. So I think that's my recommendation if you're struggling with French tips. Get a good liner brush, try it on a matte surface, and then find a method that just works best for you and just stick with it. So once I have the outline of my French tips drawn, I'm just going to fill in those empty spaces with the brush from the polish bottle. If I'm being honest, I'm not too concerned with the opacity this time when it comes to the French tips, because I will be pouring something on top of this, and really this is just a base so that if I miss a spot with the glitter, it's the same color, if that makes sense. And so I'm only going to be doing 1 layer of this. Typically I fill it in with 2 layers just to make sure it's nice and bright, but this time I'm not doing that. So once I'm done drawing my French tips, I'm not going to cure the white polish because I want my glitter to have something to stick to. So I'm going to be grabbing this glitter that I found at Hobby Lobby a few days ago, and it was only $1.99. Actually, it was on sale, so I think it was like 99 cents. Either way, I paid no more than $2 for this. And I really like this glitter because it's very fine, but you can see here that it has flecks of green glitter in it, but depending on how you hold your nail, it sometimes will look a little pink as well. So to get it out of the container, I am going to be using a swatch stick that I painted black just so you can see what the glitter looks like. And then I'm just going to be pouring it on that nail. Also, when you're doing this, make sure you're turning your nail and rotating it so you get all the little corners and crevices and the glitter is evenly distributed. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this process for each of the nails. Once the glitter is applied, this is what it's going to look like. I'm gonna cure this for about 60 seconds. So now we're gonna get to the fun part. Well, I mean, all of this is fun, but this is what I'm most excited to try because I've never done this before. We're gonna do that Let It Snow nail. So to do that, I'm gonna be applying this white polish, the same one we used earlier, on top of my pink base. Okay, so we have that white polish applied. I'm not gonna be curing it because we need this acrylic powder to have something to stick to. So I'm gonna take that same swatch stick and start pouring this acrylic powder all over the nail. This is actually not white. It's considered a clear acrylic powder, but it didn't have any negative effects on the look that I'm about to do. So I feel like you can use either white or clear acrylic powder. It's whatever you have. This one I got on Amazon and it's a very small container of acrylic. So I would recommend this if you do your nails at home and you're just doing like special effects such as this, or even the sweater nail art that is trending again this year. So you can just get this really small bottle and not have to pay for a lot of acrylic, and you can have this one on hand just for nail art. So once the nail is fully covered, you want to make sure that it looks very even. So I'm just kind of inspecting the nail a little bit, making sure that it looks good. So I'm going to show you a quick little hack that you can do when you're doing this when it comes to writing the text. Use a mechanical pencil. So I've seen this design done multiple times, but most people are using a dotting tool. And so I originally tried it for the first time with a dotting tool, and the text was way too thick to the point where you couldn't even read what I had wrote. So I decided to just pick up a mechanical pencil and use that instead because the lead of a mechanical pencil is so thin. And I thought it would be way more helpful, and it turned out way better. Most of us probably grew up with mechanical pencils, so we're used to writing with them. And I had so much more control over the mechanical pencil than I did the dotting tool. So my tips for using the mechanical pencil, if this is the method you choose to do, is make sure you're cleaning off the lead between each letter. And then the other thing is make sure you don't press down too hard so you don't break off the lead and it gets stuck inside the letter. So I have all my letters written out. I did still run out of space for the W's somehow. The other thing I kind of messed up on is I should have actually started the text lower down the nail so that there wouldn't be so much empty space. So what I'm gonna do is take some more of that glitter that we used earlier and sprinkle it on the nail. And then once I'm done sprinkling the glitter, I am gonna cure this in my lamp for 60 seconds. So now I'm gonna clean off the French tips because I had glitter everywhere. And then once that's done, I am gonna take a glossy top coat and apply that only to the pink areas of the nail. You can, in theory, top coat the glitter. I didn't want to for this look because I wanted to leave the glitter looking quite textured so that it would give the appearance of snow. I will say, after I had those nails on for a few days, I took them off so quick, and the reason why is because it was snagging on every single thing under the sun. They do get dirty fast, so if you're thinking about whether or not you want to top coat this, keep that in mind. But here are what the nails are looking like in natural lighting. I do think they're pretty. The only thing that bothered me is they do snag on things like I mentioned earlier, and they do get dirty fast. But just a little hack or a little tip, if they get dirty, just take some soap and warm water and one of those nail brushes and scrub gently, and they'll go back to looking like new. The glitter does not fall off because it's cured in there, mixed in with that white polish, so you don't have to worry about that. But if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or thoughts, let me know in the comments down below. And in the meantime, I will be seeing you in this video here.